Let us start the class. Good morning, all of you. Today's topic is economies of scale. Economies of scale is nothing but the large scale of production. The scale of production has a certain advantages when it moves to the larger size. I'm just admitting a few of you. Please wait. See, what are all the advantages of large scale of production? We used to call it as economies of scale. And there are certain disadvantages while we are running in a large scale, that is called diseconomies of scale. The economies of scale refers the economic situation where the cost per unit of production decreases as the output of sale increases. That is the most advantageous situation for large scale of production. At the same time, we may undergo certain administrative problem that is called diseconomies of scale. Actually, this particular large scale of production is divided into two categories. One is the economies of scale. The another one is diseconomies of scale. The economies of scale further divided into two categories. One is internal economies of scale. Then the other one is external economies of scale. Similarly, the diseconomies of scale is divided into two categories. One is internal diseconomies of scale and external diseconomies of scale. That is, in easy words, what are all the advantages of large scale of production is called economies of scale. It may be internal or external. Similarly, what are all the disadvantages or limitation or shortcomings are called diseconomies of scale. That is also internal diseconomies of scale and external diseconomies of scale is possible. Let us discuss one by one. First, we'll consider the economies of scale. That internal economies of scale is having different advantages, which are broadly classified into 6 categories. One is the technical economies of scale. As the large scale of production, definitely we go for the technology instead of manpower and manual. We are go for the technology. Definitely, the output will be better, and application of science and technology will be there, so the quality will be good. Similarly, the marketing of economies of scale will be good. Why? Because we are undergoing the large scale of production. Similarly, the financial status of the firm will be strong. Why? Because it's a large scale of production. And the efficient task will be there because the managerial economies of scale will be all land, labor, capital production will be under the organization and it will be administrated well and all advantages will be given. And there will be advantage for labor because more number of employment will be generated and there will be a income increase and there will be a standard of living, good standard of living. All this will happen. And economies of survival, definitely that particular company will not vanish as it were because it has some strength in the market and it will be a long lasting. And finally, there will be a commercially profitable and socially beneficial in case it is a large scale of production. These are all the internal economies of scale. Apart from this, there are few other advantages for large scale of production. It is not possible to give economic concentration. Monopoly will not be there. People, more large number of buyers will encourage a large number of sellers and do the business. So economic concentration is not possible. Then there will be economics of information. Why? Because most of the people may know about the market, both from buyer side and seller side. And there will be economies of disintegration because nobody can become an empire of the market. Everyone will have the equal chance to do the business or everyone have the product in a cheaper value. So these are all the advantages externally. So totally these 10 points are the advantages for the large scale of production coming under economies of scale. At the same time, there will be a lot of disadvantages when it is a large scale. Why? When it is only 10 people are working and a small industry means it's easy to take a decision. but for a large scale, it is not possible. There will be a lack of decision. It will be postponed, keep on postponing. And as far as the monitoring the work is concerned, they find difficult. Why? Because a huge number of labor force is very high. That's why they find that there will be a poor supervision. And when we are applying the science and technology, there will be a technical department will be there. There will be some packets of the negativity of the technology will always be there. And when there is a positive benefit of a technology, there will be a negative benefit of the technology also will be there. So there will be a hurdle. So these things internally the firm has to face. Likewise, from external side also, because there is a huge production, the cost of production, overhead cost will be more. And there will be every possibility of scarcity of raw material because you are producing in a large manner, and there will be a difficulty of supplying the raw material in time. And there will be a lack of skilled labor will be there. There will be a low supply in a skilled labor. Then the loss of control is another big issue. Why? Because it's very difficult to control the laborer. There will be a trade union, and there will be a lot of people will try to escape from the duty. All these things because lack of supervision is there now. Finally, cannibalization. That means the others that be unfair trade practices will be there. But purposely in the same cadre who are all working, they try to cheat them. These kind of things may happen because it's a large scale. Everybody will try to do internal politics, not only internal but also the external politics will be there. So when there is a large scale of production, there will be a list of advantages called economies of scale, and simultaneously there will be some disadvantages. These are diseconomies of scale. So I request all of you take a paper, complete this particular chart, and there is a possibility of asking a section B question. So on or before 11:20, kindly submit this particular chart to the Google Classroom. I will share this. Yes. Any question? I will share the PPT. Okay.